Okay. Yeah.
Aljaž, like you made a tough decision last year to shift from Great Britain to representing Slovenia again. So how difficult was the decision, and what are the factors that came into picture for that?
Well, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because I really wanted to play for Great Britain, and the ITF changed the rules. So again, I had to if I want to play the Davis Cup, I had to do the switch back, which was a bit awkward for me. So I really wanted to play for Great Britain, and but at the end, it is what it is, and I have to accept it. And at the moment I'm playing for Slovenia, which is
just on that, there's a lot of changes which ITF brings into picture. For example, in Australian Open, there's a 25-second time clock. So all these decisions which ITF brings in, like how much of interaction or discussion has happened with the players. So how much of an input have you given, and if the players want to bring about a change in the rules, how do you go about implementing those changes and communicating that to the ITF?
Well, the ATP's got board members, which there are a few tennis players on it, and so I guess they've spoken about it and they agreed to it. I think some of the changes are great, like a 25-second rule is good because the rule is 25 seconds, so it's going to be more interesting. I think they speak to the players.
Do you feel that there's some changes which you want to bring into maybe the tour? Something personally which you feel that could change?
No, I'm happy with the things that are right now.
Just on the fact, like you've been a regular at the Chennai Open for quite a few years. You were very successful there, reaching the final a few times, semi-finals. So, any particular reason behind the change coming to Qatar Open this year?
Well, yeah, I think if Chennai Open would be still on schedule, I would play Chennai, but because it was moved to Pune, and I know Pune is a little bit quicker surface and its altitude, I picked Doha because it's still on the way to Australia, and I like it.
Coming on to that, players have a very stringent, like a lot of them, they have some very stringent superstitions. Rafa has a bottle in place, so on. So have you picked up anything from your years on the tour?
Not from the years on tour, and I've got no superstitions on the tournament itself. I've got superstition that basically every morning and every evening I have to spit after I wash my teeth 4 times, and that's only in the hotels of the tournament. So yeah, not at home.
Anything during the practice or schedule? Nothing. And, you're part of a twin brother. You have a sibling, Andreas, who's also getting into I think he's the assistant Davis Cup captain now. He is nominated. So, how difficult or is it to have a sibling maybe in a different career? You're not in the same path as such. So, how competitive is it like between siblings, or do you have anything at all? How close is your relationship?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not easy because if you have a sister or a brother, it's a little bit different. But if you have a twin, we've been always together. We played tennis together. We did everything together basically. And then he decided to stop because he wasn't enjoying it as much and he wasn't as good. So he's at home and I'm on the tour. And from the perspective that I'm not with him, it's fine because we are used to it. But from the perspective that he hasn't succeeded, that's different. It's not.
Is there some rivalry from him? How does he feel? Like, do you have any?
Well, if you're
is he proud of your
for,
achievements?
Like from a deeper level, that obviously he feels that he could do it as well. But I think he's
You mentioned that the idols are Albanian, Fernando Gonzalez, and also Schumacher and such. So how did you get into, because they're not from your country or around here, so did you have some relationship, or did you play them, or just did you like the style of play? How did you get to?
As a kid I was watching a lot of tennis, and those are the two players that I basically watched all the time. I watch Federer, but everyone does. I've watched Nalbandian. Actually played him twice, which was great. I never played Fernando, but they were just different. Something was different, which was good to see.
Could you tell us something about your nickname, like Ali and Benki is what is mentioned? Like, do you go by that? Is there any story behind it?
Well, Ali is basically because
Short.
in English it's really difficult to say Aljaž, so everyone said Aljaž, so I didn't want to hear that, so I said, yeah, you know what, it's easier Ali. And Benki was when I was a little kid.
So, story behind the Benki?
Benki, I know there's a, like Nesquik, there's a Slovenian brand, Benko. So maybe from that, I don't know, but Bedene, I don't know.
So there's been a lot of talk about the Big Four. How would you compare and contrast like each of the Big Four? Do you have a favorite member of the Big Four? And how long do you see the domination lasting? Like a lot of people do feel that the time is coming to an end. So are you part of those who feel that it's going to dominate, they're going to dominate for some more time, or they're going to maybe perhaps finish in maybe this year or next?
Well, Roger's getting older, so obviously he's still playing great tennis, and I think it's got maybe a year or two, hopefully more, because people love to see him on the court, and he's a perfection on the tennis court. And then we got Andy, who's got injured, and he's got a problem with the hips, and I don't know, when is he coming back? Djokovic is, when he gets back, I think he's going to be very strong. And then Rafa's got a few more years, so I think it's not the end yet, but it's definitely coming towards that.
What would you say is your favorite moment on court? Do you have any unforgettable incidents, like either on or off court, maybe playing with some other players, like maybe some interaction with maybe someone of the Big Four or something?
I would say playing David Nalbandian in Acapulco when I beat him.
Okay.
So I was watching him all the time on the TV, and then I played him, and I was really nervous. I don't think I was ever that nervous, and I won. So yeah, that would be it.
How would you categorize the feeling of playing your idol?
I wasn't thinking while I was playing at the beginning, I wasn't thinking about it, but then when there was a chance to win, I got a little bit tired, but it ended up well.
This is the last question, please, Vitoš.
There's been a lot of talk of. So, what do you think are the most important skills like that are required at this point of time? Like tennis has become pretty much a lot of power game. You don't get to see so much of varieties, a lot of serve domination. So, from your perspective, like what do you think are the most important skills which you need to focus on, and what is the most important skills which is happening right now in tennis? And do you think mental strength also plays a major part? How do you practice for that? Like how much time do you allocate in practice for, let's say, tennis drills, strategies, and maybe along with your coach? So how much of time do you devote to each aspect of improvement of your tennis?
Well, I think the mental part is really important, because everyone can play tennis. Obviously there are minor differences, someone's playing something better, but at the end it's what's in the head, if you have the belief to win or not, and the desire to win, so it's very, very important. What changed in the last years is tennis became physical, and I think this is one of the most important things to work on, fitness, strength, because as you can see, maybe the conditions became slower, but players are faster, stronger, they can play longer, so I think that's the most important part. And what I've been focusing a lot is that mental part.
So the time allocation, like how much time do you spend on like tennis practice, backhands, forehands, volleys, and practicing, let's say, how much time on the coaching for individual players when you're meeting up players, you have individual strategies with your coach. So how much time do you allocate for each?
Well, the most important part is the preseason, and what we do is we got usually 3.5 hours of tennis a day. Then we have an hour and a half to 2 hours of fitness, and then we have I'm working on the mental part. I can't say how much on the backhand, how much on the forehand or return or anything, but it's divided. But it's definitely sometimes more important to do the serve and return than just hitting the ball. So I think the players focus on that lately more.
And coach strategies for individual players, how much time goes into that?
That's coaches think, I don't know. He only tells me what to do.
Tells you to implement the strategy and you go. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.